Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are tuning in from in the world. It is Monday morning and we are going to start the week with a nice, slow, gentle practice. So we're going to focus on the hips and hamstrings, and then we're going to move on to some of our alternate nostril breath work. So without further ado, we are going to make a start. We're starting on our back. I told you this is going to be a nice and easy session. And you want to start by bringing the knees into the chest and just giving them a hug. I'm just going to rock up and down. Side to side. And then what we're going to do, I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn myself around just so you can see properly what's going on here. So we're going to start with one leg. You're going to take a bend in the knee, and we're going to pull this right knee into the right side here, as if you're trying to pull it into the right armpit. Now, obviously it's not going to go there, but that's the direction that you are pulling it in. And just hold that there for a few seconds. And then you're going to just attempt to straighten the leg slightly, just to try and feel it a little bit more on the hamstrings. And then keeping the knee bent, you're going to pull this out to the right side. You're kind of just placing your hand on top, not pushing it down, but placing it on top, allowing gravity to do its work. And then bring it back in. Place both hands down by your side. We're going to stretch that leg out, bring it back in, bring it out to the side there, bring it back in, out in front, back in, drop it out to the side, and then back to the center. We're going to do the same on the other side. So what we do on the right side, we do on the left. And so we're just hugging that knee, just pulling it kind of into that armpit. Feeling the stretch deep in the groin. And then kind of bring it back up to the center a little bit. Again, put your right arm out by your side, and you're just going to place your hand on top of that left knee and allow gravity to do its work. And then again, both hands out by your side, straighten the leg, bring that knee back in, allow it to drop down to the side, back in the center, out in front of you, bring it back, drop it down to the side, bring it back, straighten the leg, bring the leg back in, drop it down to the side, and then back to center and straighten the leg. Moving back over to the right side now. We're going to put our hand underneath the knee. And if you can, take hold of the big toe. And then we're going to open that out to the right hand side. I'm going to try and go for a little bit more of a deeper stretch here. If you want to, if you feel like it, you can start to just pull up on the hamstring and straighten the leg. Should really be feeling that in the hamstring now, in the groin here, deep in the hamstring there. Bring that back to the centre. Again, keeping the knee bent, or you can straighten it here. I've still got a slight bend in my knee here. And then release. Straighten that leg back out in front of you. And then again, we're going to do what we've done with the right. And the same on the left. So taking hold of that big toe. And then just dropping it out to the left hand side. And then if you feel like it, you can just start to straighten the leg. Again, you should feel that all the way up the hamstring. Then bring it back to the centre. And if you can straighten the leg here, the idea is to keep the back and the head on the mat. We're not leaning up like this. And as you can see, I've still got a bend in my leg. And then drop them back down to the floor. You're going to take the left leg and lift it up over the right leg, kind of a 90-degree bend in the right leg. Place the right hand on top of the left knee, looking over to the left hand side, and just pull that knee over. Get a nice twist. You should feel it there. Lower back and the glute. Coming back to the centre, you're going to drop them both over to the left hand side now. Turning your head over to the right. And then back to the centre. And we're just going to swap over. So extend the right leg, drop it over to the left. Drop it over the left leg. We're going to drop both legs over to the right hand side. Place the right hand on top of the right knee. And then looking over to the left. Bring them back to the centre. Drop them both over to the left hand side. Place the left hand on top of the right knee. And just pull that deeper into a stretch. And then back to the centre. Now we're going to take a seated position. I'm going to extend the left leg. Now we're going to retract the right. Extend the left arm. We're going to wrap it around right knee. Take your left arm, reach it up. So you're sat up straight. Then you're going to place this just behind your back. And then what we're going to do here, try and twist at the lower part of the stomach, the lower part of the abdomen. And then gazing just behind the right shoulder. Inhale, you're going to come back to the center now. Extend the right leg. Retract the left foot. Extending the right arm. Wrapping it round that left knee. Again, reach up to the sky with that left hand. It's just going to allow us to sit up straight. And then again, placed the left hand behind the back. Twist at the lower part of the abs and then gaze behind the left shoulder. And then back to the centre. What we're going to do now, I'll probably just turn around for this so you can see what's going on. you're going to take the sole of the right foot and place it on the inside of the left leg. Kind of just use your hand just to rest on here. And then what we're going to do, I'll tell you what, we're going to reach forward first of all. So just in this position, try and straighten the back, and then just reach forward, just lowering down, thinking belly, chest, chin. We don't want none of this hunching over. Just gently lean down. And then we're going to walk over to that left side. And then we're going to rotate this torso slightly. So put the left elbow on the inside of the left knee and use this to twist. Reach the right arm up and over. And now you're going to feel a nice side stretch down that right side of your torso. And then we're just going to twist back out of it, walk down to the front, and then walk ourselves over to the right side. And then we're kind of going to do the same here. Reach. I know we don't have our knee inside. We're just going to place the right hand onto the mat, bring the elbow down to the mat, and then just reach up and over. And then come back to the center. And then extend the right leg out. I'm going to bring the left foot, the sole of the left foot to the inside of the left leg. And now we're just going to reach forward. You might notice that I'm doing this dorsiflexion. This is just to keep this kind of active. It's also going to help us kind of stretch off the hamstring. And I always try and do this when I'm doing one side. You'll notice that this foot is in dorsiflexion. And then again, we're going to walk on over to the right side, the right elbow on the inside of the right leg, using this to twist us, reach the left arm up and over, feel that nice stretch down the side. And then over to the other side. And then come back to the center. Both feet out in front of us now. Widen the legs as wide as you need to. When you're in this position as well, if you need to sit on a block, if you need to sit on a cushion, just grab one. And then we're just going to reach forward and attempt to place our forearms onto the floor. And just hold this for a few breaths. If you feel like you want to go deeper into the stretch, try and sink down. Think belly, chest, chin. If you really want to sink further down, you can take hold of both feet here or the toes and allow yourself, just pull yourself a little bit further in and then back up. Coming on to all fours now into our tabletop position. Ideally, knees under hips, hands and wrist under shoulders. You're going to support with the left side. Take that right heel to the right glute and just draw some circles. 8 to 10 circles. And then support with the right side. Move over to the left. And then bring the feet together. And we're just going to, you might need to support yourself here with your hands. Personally, I'm at the point now where I can just get that nice stretch on the front side of my foot. My toes aren't tucked here, and I'm just leaning back. Again, you can use your hands as much as you need to. And then come forward, tuck the toes. We're going to sit into this yogic squat and just kind of play around with it. So twist it out to the left, twisting out to the right. You'll find, obviously, your feet come off the floor. That's absolutely fine. We're just trying to get a little bit mobility into the hips. And just play around with it. You might find that you need to just move over to the left, slightly over to the right. Allow yourself to sink further into that stretch. And then once you're comfortable, you're going to place the elbows on the inside of the knees, place the hands together, and just use that to help you push that out just a little bit more. And then hands come out in front of us. Take a bend in the knees, placing the left arm over the top of the knees, right fingertips facing to the mat. You're going to exhale and twist out to the right. Hold this here for a couple of breaths. Inhale back to the center. Swap over. Exhale, twist out to the left. And inhale back to the center. We're going to go back down to the mat now. Toes together. Knees as wide as the mat. And you're going to sink down into this child's pose. And we're going to have both hands and just start to walk them over to the left side. When we get to about 10 o'clock, if you want to, you can place the right hand on top of the left just to get a bit of a deeper stretch down the lat, down the right hand side. The idea is to just breathe into that right hand side. And then we walk over to the right. And then back to center. Come back to the tabletop position. And we are going to place the right knee just behind the right hand, the right wrist. Extend the left leg and come down into pigeon pose. Allow the top of the left foot just to lie on the floor. And then we're going to just lower ourselves down. And again, if you feel like you need to do some movement just to get yourself comfortable, and then just place the forehead on top of your hands or on the mat. And we'll just stay here for half a minute or so. Walk your hands up. Take a bend in the right knee. Take hold of the left foot with the right hand. And you can hold it here. If you feel like you want to go deeper into the stretch, you can just pull the right foot into you. The right foot into the left glute. Drop that right foot back down. Drop the left foot back down. Take another bend, and if you can take hold of the foot with the left hand now, same again, pulling it down or keeping hold of it, whatever you feel comfortable with. Both hands out in front of you, plank position. Take the left knee behind the left knee behind the left hand, and we'll move over to the right side. We extending the right side. out in front of us, and then at the pigeon pose now. Walking the hands up. Again, what we do on the right, we do on the left. So taking the left hand, taking hold of the right foot, and just bringing that over to the right, to the left glute. And then support ourselves with the left hand, take hold of the right foot with the right hand and just pull that in, or just keep hold of it here. And then release. Come back into plank position. Actually, you know, we are now done with our little mobility session. We're going to move on to our alternate nostril breathing now. And you should be familiar with this, but I'll still guide it. But the idea now is we're going to aim to do the alternate nostril breath work without hearing the sound come out of our nose. So you're going to bring these two fingers in. We use the right thumb to block the right nostril, and then what would be the wedding finger to block the left. So we're going to block the right, inhale through the left. Block the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Block, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Block, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Block, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Block, exhale through the right. And release. We're just going to take some deep breaths in through the nose, exhale out through the nose. Don't know if you could tell there, but one side for me, the right side, was a lot more blocked than the left, but it is starting to clear up now. The more that we do this, the more that the body just switches on and adapts. So it's like, all right, we actually need to breathe through that right nostril. And it just starts to open up. And it might be challenging, but just try and challenge yourself, try and push past it. And you'll notice that whichever side is blocked, it will start to open up. And the more regularly that you do this practice, the more quick that your nostrils will just adapt and open. And you'll even notice throughout the day that they'll just become more clearer. We're going to go for our next round. Block the right, inhale through the left. Block the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Block, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Block, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Block, exhale through the left. And return to normal breathing. Big deep inhale through both nostrils. Big exhale through the nostrils. You have a couple of minutes left of the practice. You can continue to do the breath work if you like. You can come into a very short meditation to close off the session, either seated or you can lie down on the mat and take your Shavasana pose. I want you to use this last 2 minutes. If you joined us last week, we done the visualization technique, the visualization, meditation, manifestation. And so I want you to, if you can go back to that thought from last week, but anybody who's just watching for the first time, I just want you to visualize something that you're striving for in life, something that you desire. It could be a personal goal, it could be working towards a new career, it could be training in the gym. For me, again, I try to practice the same one all the time. It manifests, it enhances the manifestation, and it allows you to visualize it quicker. So for me, mine is I'm walking my dog in the beach in Bali, and then visualizing us having walked on the beach, going for a coffee. It's very early in the morning, and just how does that feel? So I'm feeling very, very grateful, very thankful that I'm actually there. I've made it to Bali. I'm living the life that I've dreamt of. The final part of this is the action. So what action can you take to get you one step closer to where you want to be? And that could be, well, it depends on what you're trying to do, but it could be something as little as making a phone call to somebody, or just getting yourself to the gym, or just getting yourself to the gym, showing up for yourself in your life. And I don't know if you can hear my dog, but she's been snoring throughout this whole practice. And I'm hoping the mic hasn't picked her up, but yeah. Some action steps for today. Again, if you've already done this last week, you'll have this written down in your notes, or you'll have it written on a piece of paper. And so what is it you visualize? I want you to write down in detail. You need to be really fine-tuning this. And then how do you feel? So what is the emotion? How are you feeling? Are you feeling confident, happy, grateful? And then write down the action steps. So what am I going to do to achieve this? And just write down 1 or 2 lines, some small actions that you can take. And that brings us to the end of our session. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some value in that. And yeah, I will see you guys shortly in the next one. I hope you have a great day, and goodbye for now.